Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Today we are going to be doing a letting a random spinner wheel choose my TBR for the week. If you guys don't know, I'm reading 29 books in 29 days for the month of February. So all I'm doing is I kind of put like all the books in my physical TBR in a spinner wheel for this week. And whenever I came to a new read, I just like spun the wheel and that was the book I had to read next. It was a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright friends, in case you didn't see, it is day one of letting my random spinner wheel choose the book off my TBR I'm going to read that week. First book of the week that the spinner chose was Let Us Ascend by Jasmine Ward, which was actually a really good pick because I wanted to read it anyways this month, as this book I have by a Black author during Black History Month. I was able to read a little bit this morning, get to page 69, but I haven't picked the book back up since, and it's now like 8:30 at night. So I have to read about like 230 pages still before I can sleep. Because I work a double tomorrow, I want to do the spin for tomorrow tonight and see what I get. If it's like a Kindle or a book of my ebook, I can even start it tonight, maybe a little bit to have a head start. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. It definitely is a bit of a heavier read, but it's a historical fiction that I'm really enjoying. So let's keep on going. It is 10 o'clock at night. I went back and forth between a 3.75 and a 4-star. But if you guys, so I'm reading 29 books in 20 days this month, and I've been really good at keeping on track for the most part. But I just want to get a little bit of the head so I, have a leeway would be nice. So we're gonna pick my next book. I really don't like how I did this on my laptop now, but it's okay. We're gonna keep doing it this way. So not a Kindle read, but exciting because it is short and I work a double tomorrow, so that's good. I'm gonna get a head start on it tonight. It is a thriller by Alice Feeney. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors by her. I think we're at a 4.25. It's one of the only thrillers I've read recently that I have not guessed the ending to, so I'm very excited. You guys know I'm normally like a in bed by midnight kind of person, so I've got 2 more hours left. I'm gonna try to edit a video to get it by tomorrow and then read a little bit. Okay friends, I just finished His and Hers. Maybe Alice Feeney is like the one thriller author I really love, but once again, I did not guess this ending at all. I had a bunch of like ideas of where it could go. None of them were right. I literally did not know what was happening until like quite literally like the third last page. So it was really good. I think it's like 4.5, maybe a little bit higher. I'm not 100% sure yet. Definitely check your trigger warnings. Definitely a bit dark and twisty, but amazing. So I'm a bit torn on what I'm gonna do. So it is like 10:30 at night. I should be in bed by midnight. It's like an hour and a half left. But I want to crochet a little cute bandana tomorrow because Valentine's Day. As Valentine's Day at my work, we dress up in like red, white, or pink. So there's really cute like pink sweatpants I can wear, a white shirt, and then I'll make a little red like bandana to wear with it. I think it'll be really cute. So I'm gonna make one of those. So the thing is, I want to read an audiobook for the rest of the night. But I'm still gonna pull my next title off the wheel because 2 of the books on that wheel I have as an audiobook. So like if I happen to pull those, that'd be great. If I don't, at least I know what I'm gonna be reading in the morning, and then I'll just start the audiobook tonight. Even if it's not the one I pulled. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? But it's book 2 done for this video. I am obsessed with this. It was so good. I love Alice Feeney. Also, I just realized that I feel kind of bad that this entire video is just me in this same Oodie in my bed. This entire video, just Oodie in bed. But, you know, that's my typical week, so. Okay, you guys can see again, we still have his and hers up. We're gonna remove it, shuffle it up a little bit, and then go. Okay, I have very mixed feelings about pulling the women because I want to read this so bad. I got a copy from the publisher, so I have like a copy of it. I'm so nervous to read it. And tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and it's like a thicker book to be reading. This is like a head start into the book by reading the audiobook, but I'm so excited for this, guys. I'm chilling now. It's like literally 9:30 at night, and I'm sitting here and I'm reading. I'm almost falling asleep, and I'm not cluing into why. I didn't have a coffee at all today. Maybe why? Because it's 9:30. I'm like falling asleep as I'm reading. So we'll see how much more I get done today. I might like switch to an audiobook if I keep like dozing off. We'll see. But I'm at page 119. I'm loving this so far. I love Kristen Hanna. Like all her books are 5 stars for me. And I loved how we dove like right into the action with this one, and it's just so interesting. It's about a woman named Frankie who volunteers to go be a nurse during the Vietnam War, and it is just absolutely brilliant so far, and I'm obsessed. But I need to stay awake to keep reading it, so let's go. Alright friends, sorry we're slanty today. It's because my car currently is on a slant the way it's parked on the snow, so just don't mind that. It is now Thursday, love that for me. So if you guys know, I pulled The Woman by Kristen Hanna, so I have read up until there now. I have about 100 or so pages left, and even 90, I think, less than that. And then I've also been reading Wayward because I have the audiobook and ebook. So when I want something that's not physical, I'm reaching for this, and I'm reading Wayward. I think I'm on chapter 25, which is like close to halfway done, I believe. So the goal for tonight is to definitely finish this at least, because now clearly I'm a book behind on my 29 days challenge, but it's because I'm doing 2 at once. So I'll definitely finish this tonight. Maybe I can finish this tonight too and then be caught back up, or I'll start another one tonight. Who knows how I'm feeling. But I am loving this so far. If you guys know, I'm a Kristen Hanna stan. I love that one so much. It's about Frankie. She goes to Vietnam to be a nurse, and pretty much like now like her life, we're focusing now on like when she gets back and how it's different, how they are perceived, all that stuff. It's just really fascinating. I just got to job number 2. I'm gonna go eat my dinner, get changed for that, and then work till like 8:30, and then go home and try to finish this. We can read a bit now. I can read some now, and then maybe finish Wayward, we'll see. But that's where we're at. Hey friends, it is Friday morning. It's like 7:30, that's why I look rough. I finished The Women last night. It's Kristen Hannah, it's a 5-star obviously. So we'll probably do our last spin for the video. I'll spin it now and that'll be the last one we do. I'm still not done Wayward. That was one I kind of read like in between randomly. I'm like over halfway done, but I'll probably read a little more today and probably finish it tonight also because I'm going to be doing audiobook as well. But so I'm going to pull the book right now, and if it's a book that I like, I want to read right now, I'll read that this morning. If not, I'll keep going with Wayward because I'd like to get one more book in for this video. I am now working tonight. I wasn't supposed to work tonight. One of my coworkers at one of my other jobs need the night off. She was sick. She was in the hospital yesterday, so I'm covering her shift for her tonight because love. So I will be not home till like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night probably. So I'm trying to get done tonight. So it really has to happen this morning, lunch, and in between shifts. So let's pull one. Remove The Woman, and then we have to find Wayward. Here it is. And delete that off as well, because I read that one randomly. We're gonna shuffle. Oh my god. That's why I'm so excited about, but I've really been avoiding like the plague because I'm nervous. Should I start right now? Let's go grab it. I'm not gonna lie, this is another 500-page book, so dare I say, this is gonna be another video where I say it's Monday through Friday and then I finish this on Saturday. So we'll probably be back tomorrow to finish this off too, so yeah. Hi friends, it is like Friday night at like 9:45, I think, somewhere along those lines. Oh, it's 10:15 actually. It's 10:15. I am reading Powerless right now by Lauren Asher. I do have about like 50 more pages of Wayward. I will finish that tonight when I'm lying down. Like I want my ebook. I'll finish that tonight also. But I'm probably hoping to at least halfway through this book tonight. We'll see how that goes. I am really enjoying it so far, but one thing I will say, and I don't want to hate, I'm not hating at all, because I do love it. Everybody said if you love the Hunger Games, you're gonna love this, and I totally see that because, you know, there is a games. There are interviews beforehand, and you know, they make a big spectacle of this, and it's very much giving the Hunger Games, is what it's giving. Because I love that book, I am loving it so much, but I really do hope that soon I see more individuality, I guess that you could say, where I do see more differences from the Hunger Games, if that makes sense. And obviously no ideas get reused and built upon, and I totally understand that, but like just how this is kind of set up and like how it's like the interviews beforehand. I think it's the interviews beforehand too that are really throwing me off. That's like too close for my opinion. And then even it's like here, like she's realizing, you know, she's talking about like at the end of her interview how they're all like going crazy, the crowd loves it, and she goes, this is all a game to them. And then she goes, I'm no one's pawn. And in Hunger Games, Peter literally says, I just want to show them that I'm not another piece in their games, right? And I'm like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of parallels that are almost like a little bit too close to my liking for now. Like I love it because I love that book, but I do also just want to see like a little bit more of this story, if that makes sense. I just feel like I hope like as this book continues that like she dives further into like her ideas for this purging trial, you know, and doesn't focus too much on like previous things that have worked and have done really well. So we'll see, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far because I do love that book. I'm just seeing a lot of similarities that I hope we kind of get some more uniqueness as we go in. But I'm hoping to be at least halfway tonight. I'm gonna go grab like a Coke or something. It's 10:15. I just need like a little fizz or something. I don't know. Just keep me going tonight. But yeah, page like 134 right now. I just finished. I'm not very well. The ending. The last like 100 or so pages what really did it for me, if I'm being 100% honest. I think I'm feeling like a 4.5 for my like final star ranking. I did love it. There's a couple things that brought it down a little bit. The one like I already mentioned before was that I found like for like a little bit of a section there, it was like a little bit too similar to Hunger Games for my liking. Like there being like interviews and training before the trials. I was kind of like, okay. But obviously became way more individual as it went along. But also like, the trials were very different from the games once we got into it. Just like the lead up to it was like a little bit too close for comfort for my liking. I love a good dual POV book. I found there were some times where like if she wrote something in the male main character's point of view, she would start in the female character's point of view, like before that happened, to like recount what just happened from her point of view, which like I get sometimes like you want to show like different emotions they're feeling during those moments, but at the same time I was kind of like, hey, like we just saw this though, like we already know, like just like kind of pick up from the next point. But that's really, like I said, I love the ending. I'm glad I waited so long to read this now because I don't have to wait as long for the sequel. It comes out in July, so a while's away. But we do get that short story that's gonna break my heart coming in a little bit. But yeah, definitely the last 100 pages were like a whirlwind, but very glad I finally picked this up. So now let's do a little recap of all the books I read this week. It's a stack. I think I started this week off with Let Us Descend. I'm pretty sure that's the first book the spinner chose. The thing with this one, I enjoyed it while I read it. I have not thought about it since. I don't know if it's because like I've been like reading a lot of other books I was very, very excited about. They've kind of like taken up my brain's space. I don't really know. But also I haven't really thought about it much since. I still am leaning towards like a 3.75 star or so. There's just spiritual elements to it that's I'm like a hard time wrapping my head around, like getting like fully behind, obviously like understanding. But I do really think it's worth the read. It was a great read. I'm really glad I read it during Black History Month. And I think it's like a 3.75. in and around there. And I finally picked up my next Alice Feeney book. I read His and Hers. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors like a couple months ago, rated 4.25. That was the first like thriller books I've read in a long time where I could not guess the ending. If you guys don't know, like whenever I read a thriller book, like I always guess, maybe not even like the whole ending, but like a component to the ending very early on. And then I kind of just like, when I get to the ending, it's like anticlimactic and I'm like, okay. So I don't really tend to rate thriller books very, very high. However, Alice Feeney has got me 2 times now. Like a new really highly rated thriller author. I love her writing. Definitely check trigger warnings. There's a lot of dark content in this book. However, I did not know what was going on to the last page. Like she kept making you think you knew what was going on. At one point I was like, oh, see, I knew. And then she changed it up and I was like, oh, never mind. It's definitely worth the read. I love Alice Feeney and they're nice and like quick and short too. Like I'm pretty sure Rock, Paper, Scissors was like 280 pages, and this one also was under 300, or sorry, it's just over 300. It's like 305 pages. Nice quick reads. I can never get standing and I have a great time reading them. The Woman by Kristen Hanna. Also, I damaged the book. We're not going to talk about that. The Woman by Kristen Hanna definitely does not top The Nightingale, but probably now like my second favorite Kristen Hanna read of all time. You guys don't know, The Nightingale holds a very special place in my heart. It was the first Kristen Hanna book I read and it was a 6-star read for me. This is definitely an easy 5-star. This story largely focuses on the Vietnam War, how it was over there, and then also how it was for vets when they came back. Very specifically, the women who went over. I don't say too much about spoiling it, but like our female main character is a nurse who goes over for 2 years during the war, and kind of just the way that she is treated, how women who served are looked at. It was very like disheartening to read, but I think it was like very important to read because I'm being very honest, I didn't really know a lot about the Vietnam War going into this. That's what I absolutely love reading historical fiction because I just feel like I actually learn a lot, even though it's fictional writing. Like a lot of like things that happen in history or things that happen in history in certain places in the world that I didn't know about, that I read about in these books that I learn and then like I'm intrigued by, and then I go and do my own further research. And I just like, I love reading. I do also have Homefront by her on my February TBR that I'm very excited to dive into, so I'll probably get honestly started like next week because I'm really excited about it. And the one I didn't talk about much because I kind of like didn't really pull it for this, but the one night I didn't want to start a new book, I wanted to like listen to an audiobook, and so I started reading Wayward. I had this as a physical copy, an ebook, and an audiobook, so I kind of bring this on like all formats. Clearly this book wasn't actually in my challenge, like I didn't pull it at all, but I read it this week, so I want to talk about this one as well. At its core, this is a story about like women and their relationships. The multi-generational story following like 3 different people. On the last page after the epilogue, there's a quote from Andrea and Rich in it that says, "The connection between and among women are the most feared, the most problematic, and the most potentially transforming force on the planet." It's like what this like book really focuses on. There's a big focus on like witchcraft and like witchery in this book, if something you'd be interested in. But I thoroughly enjoy this. I think it's like a 4.25 at least, and I had a great time. I'm actually very mad. It's been on my shelf since March of 2023, but we're gonna ignore that. And lastly, I just talked about it, so I'm not gonna talk about it again, but obviously Powerless is a 4.5 star. I loved it. My friends, thanks so much for following along. Like I said, this is definitely not like what I would say is like a typical reading week for me, week to week, but this month I am reading 29 books in 29 days in the month of February, so obviously I'm reading a little bit more than I normally would. I'd say average for me, like for a full week of like 7 days is like 3 to 4 books. And obviously here I read 5 books in 5 days. So definitely a little bit faster, but I'm having so much fun this month. I've gotten so many books knocked off my TBR that I've been like wanting to get off for so long. So I'm loving it so far. I thought it was like a fun kind of way to choose some books this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out so much. I'm also on TikTok, Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.